Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you all for your comments, your likes, saving and sharing these videos. Appreciate you so much. I love reading the comments and answering. Feels like I get to know a lot of you in that way. So thank you. Thank you for saying hello. All right. The overall energy of today's reading is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I see this as karma. Karma has no passion, or it feels, karma to me feels like an aspect of this reality, a constant, that whatever you put out into the world, it comes back. This is a tool of this time and space, so you can learn, or it can be used as that way. You might think, well, this is a good way of showing up. I like this energy. However, when that energy comes back and you do not enjoy, then you can say, all right, I liked how it felt when I was putting out that energy, but in receiving of that energy, I realized that that's not how I want to operate. I did not enjoy that, so I'm not going to do that any longer. So, Wheel of Fortune in reverse could be a period of time of learning lessons of whatever you have put out into the world, it comes back to you. Let's see what this is. There's this like not enough energy here. Feeling unprotected, not having enough. Ooh, these are tough lessons. Feeling like you don't have access to your abundance, being like cut off from your abundance, feeling very vulnerable, feeling like you can't protect yourself. There's also this energy here of world building, getting out there, following your passions and desires. And with the Magician, definitely has this very conscious energy. I want to create something. And so it feels like there's a little bit of a mixed bag of energy going on here. What's the Six of Pentacles in reverse? Ooh, Death card. A definite ending. Six of Pentacles in the original imagery, the person in the Six of Pentacles is choosing who to give abundance to. There are people around the person in the Six of Pentacles, and they're sharing their wealth, their abundance with someone. It looks like you're no longer giving away your abundance. Excuse me. Maybe overgiving, chronically overgiving, the right people to give to. Discernment. It feels like you have learned to stop giving to people who don't reciprocate, who aren't worthy of it, of the energy. What's the Nine of Wands in reverse? What's the Nine of Wands in reverse? Wow, Eight of Wands in reverse. Something stuck. I was reading that as feeling vulnerable, feeling unprotected, And then I'm also getting this stuck energy here as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Empress reversed. Okay. This is a mother wound. Okay. What I'm seeing here is someone hoodwinked you. They said, invest in me, invest in this relationship. This is where it's at. And I think the lesson, someone tricked you into, hoodwinked you. Bark confirmation, or bork from my bulldog. They had you let your guard down. It feels like your energy gets drained from you. Exhaustion. Feels like this person came in very quickly, very rapidly, and it was really hard to discern when someone comes in quickly and you don't have healthy boundaries, when you're not taking your time to get to know someone and allowing them more access to you. This person kind of came in quickly. Might have been a very exciting connection. Feels very purposeful to get in close so you can't figure out what they're doing. They're taking from you, taking advantage of you. Yeah, this is about very quickly. Maybe even marriage for some of you. When this person has you, when they rush you to some type of commitment, then once they have you, then they start showing who they really are. Their mask starts coming off. So it looks like you were in lesson in that relationship. Not seeing your own value is one thing that I'm seeing. The way no healthy boundaries here. Feels like this might have been how you were raised, to not see your worth and value and to not have boundaries, not have healthy boundaries. And so this person got in your blind spots. Okay. This feels purposeful, that them creating this relationship with you to take from you. Whew. Okay. The person, whoever this other person is that came in quickly, feels like they were a lesson. So they were coming in. They weren't your happily ever after. I think you thought they were. This is someone who doesn't want to wake up, doesn't want to mature, and they don't know how to regulate themselves and create balance. They want to stay immature. They don't want to do any of the work. And by having you around, they benefit. By you doing the work. It also feels like if you're in this relationship chronically, that you can't grow, you can't mature, because you're kind of stuck in a very small space with someone who wants to stay small, immature. They don't want to learn anything new about themselves. They are creating a false reality where they get to be the grand poobah of that space. And whatever they told you at the beginning of the relationship to get you hooked in, to say, oh my gosh, this is great. Yes, we want the same things. That was an act. That was them roping you in. This feels very hurtful, painful once you realize that this person was your lesson. All right. The hidden blessing is it looks like your confidence grows. It looks like you learn the most from this lesson when you leave, when you are finally willing to see once you're willing to see what this relationship really is, it takes a lot of courage and strength to leave an environment where you have been diminished, not protected. You haven't been able to mature or grow in any real way because you tethered yourself to someone who's very immature, out of balance. And so, of course, when you over time attune to that energy, you become more like that energy. So when you leave that environment and face your fears, the confidence is amazing that you gain from leaving that energy. This person also feels like they lack confidence. Anything else? What's hidden blessing? Ooh. It looks like the hidden blessing around these lessons is learning to not center others. You can't make someone else happy. You might have been raised to believe that your job is to buoy others, to lift others, to make everybody happy in the room. That might be coming from fear of dysregulated, scary people in the environment. But lesson learned, centering someone else doesn't make you happy. That's not the way to find happiness. I think it's a challenge to leave this environment no matter how unhappy it is, because it's slowly getting worse. So it becomes normalized. There's also attachment issues here, afraid to let go. This person's taking advantage of all your wounds, your unhealed wounds. Your challenge is to set healthy boundaries, to disallow things, to say no. It doesn't feel like you're allowed to make those type of decisions within this relationship. So as you leave the relationship, feels like there's a lot of no's, and realizing who and what you need to cut out. Once you start seeing the lesson that this was providing, and it feels like a mindset. I'm going to allow what I've gone through to work for me. I'm not going to be a victim from this relationship, from this person. I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to have the mindset that everything that happens for me. So if that's the case, if that's my mindset, I'm going to make what I've gone through, I'm going to ask to perceive it through that lens, and then it will. Then it does work for you. You learn from it, you take the bounce, and you become very confident within. All right, what you're leaving behind is Two of Swords, a fog of confusion, purposeful. This feels very purposeful. It feels like this person doesn't want to provide you with clarity and honesty. So there's a lot of deceptive communication, purposeful, because this person just wants you to behave. They're not in a real relationship, as in good faith. This is operating in bad faith. And I think there was a lesson you needed to learn about who you can trust and who not to, how to relate to yourself, how not to. All right, so this person, communication, they withhold communication. This is punishing too. They know just what to say to wound you. Just say something, poke you in your wounds. For a lot of you, this is behind closed doors, or if it's in public, it's just they know just what to say. So if you react, then you look unhinged. But this person just poke, 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 and then they're wanting to see you lose it. This feels very confusing. So then they project onto you. Look at you. Look how unhinged you are. Look at how, oh my gosh. And it's really difficult because you're operating in good faith. And you think that this person is doing their best inside the relationship and reflecting back to you what you need to work on. So it keeps you focusing on working on yourself, on trying to figure out how to make this relationship work. 5 of Wands. So you're leaving behind all of that confusion. Trying to aligning with someone else, trying to please someone else, trying to get to some good faith, like understanding. It feels like you might have had the same argument the whole relationship, trying to get and so then their response is, here you go again. Well, yeah, because you're still hurting me. You're not taking accountability and you're not changing anything. So yes, that's why we're back here. But it doesn't matter. They turn it against you. Very Darvo. This is just someone operating in bad faith. It's so nice that this isn't what you're leaving behind. So confusing. Purposefully. All right, how to get the most of this energy is this devil energy. Capricorn energy here. For some of you, I am seeing the Capricorn energy shining through, and how to get the most of this energy of this reading is discipline, being disciplined in your day-to-day. Not ignoring things, and what is it that you need more discipline on? Okay. How does the viewer get more of this out of this reading? Why is the devil showing up? Okay, so someone who wants to just take from you, wants you in a codependent or dependent relationship, they just want to drain you, draining activity. And with the sun in reverse, they keep you in a perpetual state of confusion, of not being happy, feeling drained, and not really, no truth. That confusion makes you feel like something's wrong, something's out of place. You're out of place. But it feels like they even use your unhappiness against you, that something's wrong with you, that you're not happy. So you can't win. It doesn't matter what you do in this environment with this kind of energy. It's not their fault. And if it was, it's your fault. You made them do it. I mean, this person, this type of energy has no accountability. They're a taker, and they just want to drain, and they give confusion off. They're hiding in your confusion. All right, how to get the most? Anything else? I think recognizing that is how to get the most, that I'm never going to find, they're never going to take accountability. They're never going to hear me. This person doesn't care about you. They care about what they can get from you. I'm not describing someone who's caring or loving or nurturing or a partner. This is deceptive energy, taking. All right. Whew. What's supporting you is Eight of Cups in reverse. It's hard to walk away. This is the attachment issues that I was tuning into earlier. Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse supporting the viewer? Why is the okay. Six of Swords. So this is, I can't leave. There's too many emotional attachments. This person is this relationship to me. It's all these emotional attachments, and we've had these experiences, and I can't imagine. And then Six of Swords says, I'm moving away anyway. I'm moving to calmer waters. Okay. What I'm seeing is cups, emotions, can't walk away. What's supporting you, viewer, is head over heart. Swords I see as upper chakras, communication and upper chakras. Cups are heart space on down chakras, your feelings. I don't think you would ever leave that space if you listen to your heart and your emotions, because they're stuck. Thinking that, waiting for some type of result, some type of reciprocity from this person. It feels addictive. I can see why the devil energy, it feels obsessive. And so there's a need to be head over heart and say, I'm going to make decisions from here, not here, and move away. It looks like when you move away, your nervous system calms down. You feel better when you're not around this person, when this person doesn't have access to you. So at some level, you're recognizing that this person is just a drain, that nothing is going to happen for you if you're with this person. So what's supporting you is being head over heart in your decisions. Two cards came out in what to be mindful of. The Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is very much the energies of the beginning. Someone coming in very quick and fast. Also, the Knight of Wands showed up in the overall energy. And I think they took advantage of someone who was wounded. Someone who had dreams in their heart of wanting their needs met, of some hurt maybe from other relationship or family of origin, never feeling loved, never feeling cared for. And this person comes in fast and quick and says, I'm everything that you need, Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm your knight in shining armor. And that's what this person wants. They want to be the hero. They want to rush in and save, rush. They show up as a knight. And maybe that's even what the beginning of the relationship felt like. Knight in shining armor, princess in shining armor, whatever that feminine, same, it's not gendered. And they come in quick, purposefully, to confuse, to tell you, I got everything that you need, Queen of Cups. I'm your answer. And yeah. They gain access very quickly, and access to you, access to every aspect of you very quickly. And so that makes it very difficult to see them clearly. So being mindful of that when dating would be helpful. What wounds do I have that someone might be manipulating? And then how can I heal from those before I date, before I put myself out there maybe? Okay. it looks like this person comes in quickly, establishes a connection, and then at some point there's a bait and switch where they stop putting in the work. They show up more and more as their real self, and they don't put any work into you in the relationship. Feels like you're not allowed to address issues, so that means that they don't want a partnership. They position themselves a little bit above and start knocking you down, diminishing you. They get to decide if what you're communicating is valuable or not. They definitely feels like they're selling a relationship. Yes, yes, we're equals. And then boom, nope, I need to be the boss. I need to have control over you. I get to decide if what you're saying has value. I get to decide, nope, this argument is not, you do this, blah, blah, that's you. They just are a bully. They don't want to change. And it looks like that just is a turnoff. It feels like you start shutting down your attraction to them, which might, even from the inside, how confusing this is, you might feel like something's wrong with you purposefully. That why would I shut down my heart space? There's a need to get out. This relationship becomes a comfort zone, but wildly unstable, insecure. Could be financial abuse as well. Very controlling, very manipulative. With justice coming out, it feels like the way to find balance is, again, head over heart, staying balanced in your thoughts. You're not this person's medicine. They're your syrup of ipecac. Or what is that stuff that makes you throw up? They're a lesson. They're for you to realize your own value, that you don't center others. Boundaries. There's so many lessons here. Listening to head over heart at times. Trusting your own intuition and your guidance system instead of trusting someone else to guide you. Anyone who wants to position themselves above you. All right. I feel complete there. I'm going to do an extended reading. So if this has been resonating, part 2 on the extended reading is in the description box below. Click on that link, takes you right over at Patreon, where I start in part 2 of the reading, where I'll be looking at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So I'll see you over on Patreon, and if not, have a great rest of your day. Bye.